In this exercise, we're going to review one more time how to create a one-point perspective over an image. I'm using my thick Papermate flare so that you can easier see this in the video. The first thing you're going to do is follow the lines of perspective. So if you can see the top of the ceiling, the top of the window, the lines in the floor, the lines as they merge on the chaise return, the chair rail, they're all going to merge to a central point. The lines from the coffee table, the lines from the area rug. So they're all going to merge to a center point, and if it's not perfect, then go ahead and pick one. So I was just going to take a look at if this was at 5 feet and maybe what my ceiling height is. So the sofa hits the back wall, as does the chair rail. So the wainscoting that goes on the perimeter of the room, that typically is, around 3 feet, as is the back of most sofas. 3 feet, a little lower. So I'm looking, if this is 3 feet, then we're about at 3 feet plus maybe 18 inches. So I'm able to gauge, if this is 3 feet, I'm able to gauge then the height of my ceiling. So I went 3 feet, and then I doubled that. There's 6 feet there, and I can double that again to 108. And so when I took on the back wall the 36 inches and I went up, I was able to determine that the ceiling height right about here is 126 inches. So it's over a 10-foot ceiling height. So this is a room with a lot of volume, a lot of height. And you can see that this is about 9 feet right here. And so the only thing that I noticed, if this is about eye level, the only thing I noticed here is that maybe the art is located a bit too high in the room. So if I'm standing right here, there's my head, the art is way up high. So when you go to redraw this drawing, I'm going to either have you elongate the art or bring the art down. So again, pretend like we're taking a picture of this room and you're going to make some changes and edits to it, like maybe add a media cabinet over the TV, maybe raise the height of the molding or take the molding up the entire wall. You're going to make some changes to it. You're not just going to trace the drawing. So to do that, you're going to go ahead and find the vanishing point. And that way, you can start using that vanishing point to draw. So I'm going to keep the chaise. I'm going to keep the sectional for now. But maybe I'm going to change what the coffee table looks like. Maybe I'm going to change here. But I just want to show you what I'm doing by first getting the vanishing point. Vertical lines are vertical, horizontal lines are horizontal. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you go, instead of this lovely herringbone pattern, which I like, but to practice, I'm going to have you do equal spacing along the front here. and I'm just going to have you run planks of wood. I'm going to have you change the design of the coffee table, change the design of the floor lamp, the pendants, maybe add a drapery back here in the corner or on the TV wall. Maybe add some furniture here, so we're going to do that together, and just use this as an underdrawing to create, you know, a different looking perspective. So you can see in orange that I've done some construction underdrawings so that I can go over in pen and show you what I'm doing. All right, so we left where I asked you to draw a line across the front of the page, a nice horizontal line with equal spacing. And now you can take that spacing back to the horizon line, to the vanishing point, and go ahead and pull and make planked wood floors. I'm shortening my area rug so that you can see more of the floors. So continue on with that. Go ahead and put your floors in. I won't do the whole thing for the sake of time. But you can see that I'm bringing the wood up a little bit, and I've cut the area rug shorter so that you can see some of that wood for the demonstration. Okay. Next, I'm asking you to change the style of the coffee table and to add the media cabinet. So what I did is I just took the foot of the chaise and I came across like this on a nice horizontal line. And so now my coffee table is going to line up with the end of the chaise lounge. Perspective lines go back to the vanishing point. Horizontal lines are horizontal. So now you can see, here I have the top of my table. Of course, if you want to add some stuff to your table, you can do that. But I just want you to see that now you can see the top of the table. And I'm just going to do something very simple. I'm just going to come, vertical lines are vertical. I'm going to come up. I'm going to come across. I'm not going to take a lot of time to make this perfect for the demonstration, but if you want to use a straight edge. So now you can see I have this thick marble table. It's going to be one of those U-shaped tables, and it's going to go back in perspective. Now, to know where that table ends, you're going to take the corner, the back corner, and you're going to come straight down. Take this back corner and come straight down. You're really only going to see a sliver of it over here. All right, and you know, you could put your things on your table that you want a little later. But that's just to show you what to do. So add some planked floor. So how did I determine, you know, where to put my media cabinet? Well, I have a couple of clues. First of all, I wanted to center the cabinet on the television. So we've talked about how you can cross anything in half in an X and find the center of the TV. So I came straight down and I found that's where my TV was centered. And so I kind of spaced the cabinet on equal distance on either side of that. To determine the height, I came up the side here. I know that this is 3 feet high chair rail. That's what I'm estimating it to be. Remember, we took a look at that. And I don't want it to be 3 feet high. So 3 feet high is counter height. So what your base cabinets in your kitchen are. I want it to be lower than that. So I came about right here for like a 30-inch cabinet. Vertical lines are vertical. Horizontal lines are horizontal. And then I came back to the vanishing point for the perspective. Horizontal lines are horizontal. So now I've built, just like I did with my coffee table, I built the cube that indicates, you know, where I can build a cabinet. If I want it to be a similar style to the table, well then maybe I bring a vertical line up on either side. To show the thickness, I go to the vanishing point. And again, you can cross an X in anything to find the center. And now I have a cabinet. Maybe my cabinet has a bit of thickness. And then the wood goes up and over. I would drop down the art if I was you. You don't have to, or make the art longer. I would take a look at what's happening with the window. So we have this recessed area of the window, and then the molding, or they could be shutters, continues out. So first find the outer point, the outer edge of the window, right? Vertical lines are vertical. Horizontal lines are horizontal, and then everything else is going to go to your vanishing point. And so you're going to determine where there's some molding. And here's the outer edge. I'm not being too serious about staying straight, but then you can draw in the moldings again and have fun with that. Give some detail, finish off the window here. And it looks like you have this 36-inch portion of the chaise lounge that comes out, but then there's this big arm that goes up and over, and then this comes from the vanishing point. And then it does go back to the vanishing point back there. You have some pillows. There's some thickness on the back of the, I'm not going to spend too much time, but just so you know what you're seeing. There's the back of the cushion, and there's a little thickness because here's the vanishing point, so we'll see a little bit above it. We'll see a little bit of the top of that back cushion. So play around with that. So hopefully you have a quick picture of what this room looks like. I'm asking you then to fill in the molding, change the molding if you want to, put in the paneling floors, and then just go ahead and maybe just change. Maybe this is a gear pull. You can change what your lights look like. Change what the floor lamp looks like. You'll see a little bit of the top of that. Practice your cylinders. So I would go ahead with the marker. I would finish drawing this in, and then I would place a piece of tracing paper over it, which I'll show you what the finished drawing looks like and turn that in. So thank you for watching this video. I will go ahead and just submit what my drawing looks like when it's all nice and finished. This is looking a little blocky to me. Maybe it would have looked better with a foot or something. Just finish it off and turn it in as a nice clean line drawing by putting a piece of tracing paper over this and redrawing.